Welcome to Awake and Activate. Today we're going to talk about that wolf moon followed by a blackout in the Schumann Resonance. So let's get to it. Let's first start by talking a little bit about this wolf moon, or as it appears here, as a blood moon, which started on January 10th and actually had the reddish appearance at that time. And then until January 12th, people were still taking full moon photographs of this, my gosh, almost 3-day anomaly of the moon being full for 3 days. That is not a normal occurrence, as we know that the moon waxes and wanes and goes in cycles, and nothing seems to make 100% sense anymore to what we've always thought. Everything is in flux. But what caught me really off guard and very strange is what I'm going to share with you guys next, as if this wasn't strange enough. But let me just share this with you. The full moon in January 2020, look up skyward at the nightfall of Friday, January 10th, 2020, to spot the first full moon of the year. While shining full wolf moon, January's full moon will reach peak fullness, meaning 100% of its face will be illuminated at 2:21 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the 10th, but it will not appear in the sky until later that day. That's an anomaly in itself. So if they're telling you to look to the skies at one time and saying, okay, but it's not really going to appear then, what? And to have it go on from the 10th, 11th, and 12th is 3 days. Now, from my research, I see that there's only one day that it was like a blood moon, and the others were like a full moon. But still, that's an amazing anomaly. A couple of my posts ago, we talked about the Schumann being in the ionosphere, like we're in the Goldilocks, living in Earth and on Earth, but in like within this, some people will call it the firmament, or the ionosphere, which repels things away, and it's like a protective area where frequencies come in and everything within also emits a frequency. But next here, what I want to show to you is what happened with the Schumann shortly after, within just a day or so, to the Schumann. That just kind of blew my mind. So it's all connected for a reason, and we're being given these hints, these nibbles, these, is this being done by electromagnetic pulses? Did they blow a hole in the ionosphere? What's going on? I'm with you guys in this. By research and looking into things, we will gain the wisdom and the knowledge that we need to get a better understanding of what is going on with us. Here I want to share this site again with you that I have shared previously, and I will leave the link in the description box for you to come and check this site out for yourself. But as we can see, the Schumann, let me see if I can enlarge that for you. Great. Okay, when we go from what we just found out, where that full moon was on the 10th, 11th, and 12th, okay, then let's scroll over and we go to January 15th, and we're in a total blackout. We have activity, nothing. And let me scroll back over so you can see that it goes through the almost through the 16th. So the 15th is completely blackened out, and partial of the 16th. And if you look down below, it gives you the time and date. And 1:15, pitch black. And this is the time of day. This would be 12 UTC, 17 UTC, no changes. Beyond the 21 hours of darkness, 8 a.m., still no data. We are entering the second consecutive day of total black. Coincidence? Question mark. Okay, 1:16, 10 a.m. UTC, or 10, I can't say AM or PM because this is done in military time. It seems that the blackout is over, and we find that there's strong activity going on. So the activity was pitch black on the 15th until the 16th at 10 UTC. Very interesting anomaly. Last time this happened, they're showing us, was in October of 19, where we had huge blackouts. But still, this is only a partial of a day, and this is all one, this is the 13th, 14th, 15th, so we had such an anomaly there, 16th and 17th, and then we had such an anomaly there. So what is going on with this Schumann? So let me take you back up to show you again that after that wolf moon, that first day looked like a blood moon, that we went out of that on the 12th and then went into complete blackness. It looks like it started partially into the 14th, the end of 14th. Well, this would be the 15th. So it started in the 14th. 15th is pure black. And there's the 16th starts there, so partially into the 16th. So what is causing this phenomena? What is going on? I'd like to know what you guys think about this. I'm just trying to, learn more, explore, and try to understand this place that we come to experience and learn and grow and expand our awareness, and what all this means and how it impacts each of us on several different levels. Before we zip this one up, and I do not usually do this, but if it wasn't for other channels that helped me out when, it's very humbling to even have to put yourself out there in this type of way, because you need the help and you understand that. And when you're not feeling well and everything's falling apart, the last thing you want to worry about is how are you going to afford your medication, and getting worried about how the bills are piling up. The focus should be on getting better. And you guys all rallied around. A lot of my friends and family did do some healthy donations to me that really, really pulled me out of a bind. I think I had mine up for a month, and then I took it down because you guys just did such an amazing thing for me. So I want to share that one in our community, Dan, we all know him from his Mandela Monday show, and how much he has done for the community, for people to find comfort in these anomalies that they, that are happening all around them. But we all have things going on in our personal life. And I can be the first to tell you, YouTube does not pay very well, and they take a huge chunk, and their chunk comes out first. So it's not like it's a well-paying job or anything like that. And we as a community, if we all just did a little bit to help, it would go a long way. You can donate anonymously, and he'll be the only one who sees your name. Nobody else will. But every bit is appreciated. And actually, GoFundMe takes the least amount of the funds, so the majority of it will go towards what he is saying it will go for. And he has never been one that would tell you one thing and then do another. And like I said, it is a very humbling experience to have to even, at least it was for me, to have to realize that I couldn't do my daughter justice. Even though we thought that we had it covered, we were very far off, and she just fell off our insurance. And this is a way of paying it forward, and this link will also be in the description box. And even if you don't have any financial support, sharing the link on your Facebook, and I don't mean just one time, to keep it in circulation is what is going to help him to reach the goal, to get these bills taken care of, so he can become 100% and bring us 100% of himself to the table, as he always has and always will. So I just wanted to share that with everybody. So starting off with the wolf moon lasting 3 days and having these periods of darkness, which is, the Schumann is like the heartbeat of the earth, and that going on in darkness with nothing resonating or tripping off any of those meters that they have that are in every area of the world, is where they collect their data. Something is going on. Start writing down how you feel on certain days when you wake up, and then don't check the Schumann before you write down how you feel. Write down how you feel for like a week, and then go back and check the Schumann and see if it's affecting you or impacting your thought process, the way you feel physically, emotionally, how we're reacting to one another. And let's start trying to get some answers to what this does to us. And therefore, we can take control of what our thought process is and what our emotional status is, and not allow outside influences, if it is an outside influence, to have such control over us. We are sovereign, divine, wonderfully made beings. And take everything to prayer, and make sure you're taking time to meditate. Prayer is talking and asking. Meditation is listening. So once you have your heart and mind in line with one another, you can hear from what is going on within you, instead of the loud voices from outside. And if they're trying to trick us by putting implant information or things like that into our mind, our heart is the secondary backup to our brain. I actually think that our heart is a stronger brain than the brain between our ears. So when they are in alignment with one another, then we're on the right track. But where we're in disagreement with our mind and our heart, well, you know, we all heard about the brain mapping, so something to think about. And are these anomalies put out there to distract us? Or are these anomalies put out there for us to pay more attention to what is going on? And with that, guys, always share what you know so we can listen and grow. I'll be coming on live sometime this week with a special guest. So until then, I love you. Links are down in the description box for Dan and for the Schumann Resonance. And you can update it at any time to get the most current information available. So, peace. I love you, and I will talk to you soon.